Welcome back to Cobrih Records, and today I want to show you on how to edit photos without using plugins or without using softwares like the Adobe Photoshop or other softwares like Illustrator. So basically using your PC, or if you're having a phone, but let's talk about PC. If you're having a PC and you don't have softwares like Adobe, now you can use your normal viewing software. Like now mine, when you go to your pictures, there is usually a software that you usually use or you usually use to view your photos. Like now mine, we have my image viewer. We can talk about this. Let me show you some of my photos that I've produced. Now we have this. So when you check on these photos, you'll find that we have three different photos. The one at the middle here is the original photo of all other photos. Now I created the first one. The first one was a direct and it was edited, somehow edited. And the second one was this one on my right side. I edited it a bit, and now lastly I produced the third one, the layer 3. And now with the layer 3 I produced it using the Adobe Photoshop. That one I will show you later if you will not mind. But now I want us to aim on these two photos, that is this and this one. We can start by editing. We can start editing right away. So we can open up our photo. So generally what we usually do after we take a picture, there is that, and we have it, we store it. It is usually stored on our computer storage systems. And now when you go to view it, you view it like this. Can you see? Yeah, this is the original photo. This is the original photo that has been taken. This one has some edits, and now we want to make it a bit clearer. We need to bring in some saturation. We need to bring in some colors. And so to start with, what we usually do is you can go straight forward to this button over here, or else you can use a shortcut that is a Control E. That is Control Edit. Now on my keys here, when I press on this button over here, let's check on what will happen. It might take some time to load, and after all, this is what we are getting. Now when you get your photo, the first thing to do is about the first option that usually come in is all about cropping and rotation. Cropping and rotation, this one we are talking about the size, so you can crop it to be a bit smaller if you want to erase or permanently remove some part or some edges of the photo. You can use the crop tool. Okay. The second thing that we are going to check on is the straightening. Straightening usually comes with a way when a picture is not the picture is not straight. You can straighten it using this tool that is called here the straightening. About rotation, you can rotate it at an angle that you feel like rotating it at. About flipping is like mirroring. You can have it on your right side or you can have it on your left side. That is what we call the flipping mode. The next thing that we are going to check on, so on my case I'm not interested with these ones. My picture is already on portrait, and I needed it to be on portrait state. So the second thing that we are going to check now, we are going to check on filters. Now when it comes to filters, there is a tool that we usually call an auto enhance, or in this case we can talk about, it's auto enhance. So on filter you're getting it at enhance your photo. So you only once click, you click once, you left click once. Like now, can you see any changes? But when you check on my photo, the work that it has done, it has overdone it. So you can either reduce it over here, you can reduce or increase your auto enhance over here. But on my case, I'm not in need of that. So I will go directly to adjustments, and when it comes to adjustments, this is where you usually do things manually. You does things manually. There is nothing like automatic. So you start from coloring, you start from light, you start from clarity, you start from fixing, or that is spot fixing, or you start with a red eye. So whenever effect that you need to add, then you can add it directly. So on my case here, excuse me, let's start with the color. Color is the most important thing on this case, and that again we can go on to the light. So that we can have these options, you just click over here, the arrow that you can see and the other one that you can see facing downwards, so that you can have these options. So once you click on light, you'll get that on light we have contrast, we have exposure, we have highlights, we have shadows. So the first thing that you are supposed to do, especially on my picture here, what I would like to start with is the color, so that I can adjust the lights after coloring. So when it comes to color, you can have your warmth, you can add, or you can either deduct or either add. So on my case here, I don't expect any warmth or tint. I want to do it generally. I want to do it generally together. There is also things to do with the tint, that is the tinting of colors. And I too don't want to use that. I want to use a very simple task. I want to show you on how to do it very simply without adding those things, and finally you get a very clear picture. So the first thing that you're supposed to do is you come on the color, and now you can adjust your color. You can adjust your color. Can you check? Can you see? Can you see any difference? Can you see? Yeah, so what you are going to do is you adjust your color like this, you adjust until you reach to a position where you can see that your picture is in the required form. Like mine is actually working smart at around 32. And now the second thing that you are going to do now, where magic comes in, is all about this, the light. Now when it comes to light, what you usually do is you usually start with the contrast, or either exposure or highlight or shadows. And now when you are doing this, make sure that you are doing it step by step. So when you start with the contrast, make sure that you are on the highest point, you are on the lowest point, and check which one is working smart. And so you can start with the lowest, going up like this. You go up like this, like this, like this, like this. I think my contrast is too much at that point. I can deduct it at around 28. I can go to exposure. Can you see? Can you see? You can see these changes. Yes. And so now we can start with our exposure. If you need your picture to be very enlightened or to have very much exposure, you can adjust it over here and avoid overdoing it. I think mine is working smart at around that point. And now we go to highlight. Still, you do the same thing, and I think mine must be working smart around that point. And then we go to shadows. I think mine too will be working smart at a point like that. Now when it comes to color, I added a lot, so I can deduct. And when it comes to clarity, I can do some clarity to our fine edges. Yes, and I can do that. Try this. Reduce this. And now I think my picture is going to go. Now after this one, you usually come and you can save your copy, or you can save it as an original copy, master copy, or you can have it as a save copy. So after you save it, you get it on your photos. Okay, that is how you do it. You can check it back. Let's compare. Let's save it as a copy. Maybe we can compare the two pictures now. So I have already have it. Everything is now good. Boom. So we have this picture that we have produced, and maybe let's have the other one that was the original one, or the master copy, the master photo. So when we come to cobrih, this one that we produced with a Y at the end, maybe we can have the other one that one. And so you have these two photos now. You can compare. The final results are these ones, and final results are these ones. Can you see changes? Yeah, there are a lot of changes. When you look at this picture, especially here, you can see even the clothing is clearer compared to this one. When you look at even the color grading, you can see this one looks more better than this one. And so that is how you produce an image. That is how you process your photos using a very simple way and a very faster one. So thank you for watching. I'll be showing you. I'll be showing you soon on how we produce, how we can copy paste this photo, or how we can erase the background of this photo and make use of it. Like now on my case here, you can check on my Adobe. Okay, same photo. I have used it over here. Can you see? It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same, but on my Photoshop, I have done it to be a bit different. I have changed my background. You can see where my shadow is over here and where my shadow is over here. Yeah, I will be showing you on how to do this. On colors, that is a sub color. You can see this brownish, this is reddish, and this one is yellowish. You can see blue, and you can see there are so many changes that you can see over here. So I'll be showing you on how to do this on Adobe Photoshop. For now, let's stop at that point. Thank you. Keep subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you.